Listen carefully as we take a little bit of a journey through some of the psukim in this week's Parsha. The Torah tells us, Ki yir riv ben ha'anashim, when you can have a fight, a dispute amongst two people. V'nikshu el ha'mishpat u'shvatim, they come to Beis Din to get judged. V'tztiku as a tzaddik, v'yeshu as a rasha. And the Torah calls that who's right, who's in the right, who's innocent, as the tzaddik. That one who is guilty, as the rasha. And the Torah pasuk continues. V'yim bin hakas ha-rasha, when you hit the rasha. V'pilu ha-shayfi v'yikol l'fanav k'dei rishasai b'mispar, and you give him enough of the amount proportionate to his rishas. Arba'im yakenu, you give him malchus of 40. Lo Yosef, don't add on anymore. Pen Yosef la'koyis alei l'maka rabba, v'nikla achicha le'einecha. And after you've given too much, after you've given 40, if you add on any more, that's not going to be good already for your brother. And Rashi asks, what is the pshat? Why until now, the past few psukim, we've been describing this person who was found guilty as a rasha, v'yeshu es a rasha, l'rishasai. And then all of a sudden, at the end of this small parsha, we refer to him as achicha, as your brother. And the pshat is, he explains, because at first he did a terrible act. And he was someone who perhaps even perpetrated an evil. He stole money. He killed another individual. But once the punishment was meted out, in this case, whatever would deserve malchus, he's not anymore a rasha. There's no more rishus involved. He's now achicha. He's now your brother. And you now look at him and deal with him and interact with him as if he was none other than your own blood brother. As if he was someone who never did anything wrong in his life. That's the limit of the Torah. And Rav Shlomo Wolbe says, you take this and consider the beauty of the Torah vis-a-vis the secular world. In courts, if someone would steal money, or any time there's anything opened up against him, so you have a file. And that file remains in that system forever. Not only does it remain in there forever, behind closed doors, once there's a court case, your name is now tainted. And you're considered such and such a person, and you might have certain points against you. You might be blacklisted from certain places, even after the punishment was already meted out. Even after you were, so to speak, made innocent of your crimes. You came clean. You will never retain that feeling, that same level of achicha, being a regular fellow citizen, with that same trustworthiness as you had beforehand. Masha'en came the Torah. In contrast, you see the way the Torah looks at us. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has deficiencies. And until we're fully worked out on all of our midas in all areas, we're going to be falling again and consistently making mistakes. However, the Torah gives us that ability to realize, yes, of course, you're not allowed to do certain things. And you're going to get punished for it. But once you get punished, you're now back to where you were before. You're achicha. Once that rishus has been cleansed, you're now your brother. You're now who you are. You look at it, Rav Itzla Blazer brings out, he says, even the way a thief gets paid, as soon as he gets paid, if he pays up, Beis Din doesn't make a whole big thing about it. We don't announce this ganav, this individual, this person. Rather, if he has what to pay for it, he pays up for what he stole. Case closed. Shalom al Yisrael, we move on. Only if he refuses to pay and we have to start bringing in more people and making a whole federal case against him. Okay, so he doesn't want his riches to be cleansed. But if someone goes easy, then everything goes along with it, and he's back to being achicha the way it is. A Talmud of mine asked, what's the pshat? And the Torah starts off and says, who do you think we're going out to war with? If not Ovecha, if not your enemies. But the Torah, according to what we're saying, is because there are certain people who remain your enemies. When you're going out to wage war, when Klal Yisrael goes out to war against other people, realize the danger inherent. They will never be achicha. They will always remain your enemies. Sometimes at peace, in some quote-unquote peace, so not to interact with you, not to get beat by you. But they will always remain your enemies. There has to be a certain distance there. Not that they're terrible people, but there must be that difference there, because they will never reach the level of achicha. But when it comes to in your own camp, when it comes to us amongst Klal Yisrael, we have to realize we all make mistakes. And as soon as we pay for that mistake, and we own up to it, and we do our tshuva, be it in a physical sense of us taking money from an object from another individual, or repairing someone's name, or whatever we have done wrong, and we fix that up. Or be it a tshuva between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because we've messed up, and now we've come to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and said we're returning it, we're coming back to you, we're repenting. Then we look at each other as a chicha. We're back as level as ever before, closer than before. You're my brother and I'm your brother. And that schus, as we interact with each other, and we give each other a second chance, and we look at each other and realize that yes, mistakes might have been happening, but there's tshuva, there might have been rishus, but now you're my achicha. Then HaKadosh Baruch Hu will look down at us, and we ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to forgive our aveiros. Ben Adam Lavakim, between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He'll say, yes, you may have sinned, chatasa, but now salachti kevarecha, and you're now my banim, you're now my children. Have a wonderful Shabbos.